What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Tales of a Geek podcast. This is episode number 7, and today we're going to be talking about what the hell happened on that Nintendo Direct from this week. I'm here today with my co-host Ignitus.
Buenas.
Alrighty, and we're just gonna, talk about what was announced, what we're hyped about, what we're not, what was good, what was bad, what was interesting, and what was not. Beginning with the most interesting game of the Direct, Fight Me, and that's
Mm-hmm.
Pikmin 4. Um, we gotta start with a bam. Um, I don't know. What do you think about this game?
Uh, I wasn't expecting it to, they would start like the direct with this. It
Mm,
was pretty cool. It was like, wait, Pikmin? That for what little we have seen, the game looks incredible,
mm.
and I like
Graphically, it
the.
looks good. Graphically,
At least for me, you know who I am. You know how I am.
yeah. At least graphically, it looks good.
Yeah.
I like they show like old school Pikmin that we already knew. They started like very traditional, like, yeah, this is just more Pikmin, and then they started little by little just reintroducing maybe like other elemental Pikmin, like the Ice Pikmin, which I
Yeah.
believe is brand new for the franchise, and obviously
Think so.
how the gameplay would work. So here's the thing with this game. I do like the graphical style. It's typically very rare to see Nintendo like tackle a realistic graphical style in any of their games. So it's always nice to see them try and like push themselves to that type of art style. If you would say, um, do like the implementation of the new Pikmin, the Ice one. I think it will, it brings like new interesting ways to explore and interact with the world that you're in. Like, for example, we see in the
Mhm.
trailer that in battle it can freeze opponents, or if, for example, if you're like with a lake or a liquid, you can freeze it and then walk and cross it. So that's always good. Um,
Mhm.
but one thing with it is it just looks like more Pikmin. Like, for example,
Is that with any
I
other
played.
keyboard?
Yeah, no, like I have Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and I played it. This just literally looks like more of the same. Like, more, this is just more Pikmin. There's more bosses, bigger, badder, you could say. Um, but this is literally like just same Pikmin. I do like the implementation of the new. I don't know what to call it. It's not a Pikmin. It's like
Like
the doggo. It's like I like that. I guess, like, it's. I think it's gonna help with, again, traversing the space that you're in, potentially combat.
yeah.
But besides that, that could be like, that's the most exciting thing of that. But this game has been in development for around 4 years, and
Well, I think a little bit more,
yeah,
right?
right. Like, I think they have been talking about this game for a good while before we
Yes.
even got to see it per se. And for me, it's just, this game has been for a long time in development, and for it to just have these minors, at least, you know seeing them, right, because we haven't played the game, but visually, from the third person, from the outside looking in, they look so minimal. They look so minimal changes to it in terms of the core massive gameplay that you would expect maybe like a large, like a Breath of the Wild thing for this game. Like a large, maybe new direction to maybe Pikmin, because Pikmin, even though it has a very um, passionate fan base, it is not the largest franchise that Nintendo has. It's not the best selling franchise that Nintendo
Mm-hmm.
has. If I'm not mistaken, Pikmin 3 Deluxe sold around maybe 2 million, maybe 3 million units. And that's like one of the best selling. So it's not a large franchise, but it does have a very large, passionate fan base. Um, Still, I just do not see I do not see the selling point on this. It's coming on July 21st, so it's close, but it's also
Close to the
farther than I thought it was gonna be. Um, I don't know. Kind of was expecting it like a little bit closer. Of in the year, like the first half of the year, but it dropped to the second half.
hmm
Maybe that's because of Zelda, potentially, most likely, or maybe they have something
Probably.
else. I
Maybe
don't
they
know.
want like competition because you know that Pikmin's gonna lose in terms of sales. It's too
Maybe.
close to Zelda. Maybe it's because
Uh,
of that.
yeah. We can also maybe assume that maybe they have something for the Mario movie that comes out in April. So maybe there could be something later down the line that connects to that,
hmm
and then maybe that's why they also don't want that. Um, so I guess. Oh, one thing that I noticed seeing the trailers that the dog can now help you traverse on water before you couldn't. When you
Yeah.
traverse on water, the pigments just they died. So
Oh,
I guess
it
that
doesn't.
again that's a good little improvement right there. Um, but yeah, I don't see a lot. But one thing is this game. I know we're gonna touch this topic later down the line, but this game, do you think is 70, or do you think it's gonna keep it at 60?
Oh wait, wait. You mean Pikmin?
Yes.
I think they're gonna keep it with 70. Yeah, 60, 60.
Oh God, you were scaring me for a
Well,
minute. I was like 70.
yeah,
This game barely
yeah,
sells
it
three
was 50,
millions, and they want to
No, no,
charge
no.
10 more dollars. God
No,
damn.
I think they're going to test like the 70 with with Tears of the Kingdom
Mhm.
before using it on other games.
Potentially, they did had an interview and they commented that they decide their prices on game by game basis. So each game is categorized and then priced accordingly depending on maybe budget, development time, potential
Mm.
sales, and all that. So at least this game most likely is going to be 60. And my thoughts in one simple scoop is it looks graphically super nice. I think it's going to be one of the best looking games on the Switch, specifically if you have an OLED. Um, but gameplay wise, until I play it, I don't see a large amount of changes that would like impress me enough.
Okay, okay. I think we have to just wait a little bit longer, see what they were, see if they're going to throw anything else.
Mhm.
Because I see your point, I see your worries.
Yeah,
It just be like the same as Pikmin 3.
yeah. Like I do want this game obviously to sell more than the previous ones because that way
Mhm.
the fans get more of Pikmin. Pikmin keeps growing as a franchise, so that's always important that you want that on the market. You want competition. You want these games to not fail. You want them to grow. But I don't know.
Mhm.
Hopefully, this game can break that gap and that like ceiling that the franchise has always had. Um, Moving to the next one. This is something that you are more of an expert here, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC. Um, so yeah, a new jewel loving hero. So a new waifu here. Introduced in Volume 3. Any thoughts?
Well,
I
this hero is interesting.
and define
I have
interesting.
the you know what interesting I'm talking about. Okay, no, but seriously, it's I haven't gotten the DLC yet because I was waiting for the last wave to release to then get all the
Okay.
waves in one go.
Okay.
Yeah, that the way that this hero works is interesting because she can craft items for you, like
Okay.
items that give you different bonuses and all, and I think that's pretty cool because in the game it's really randomized and it's kind of annoying to get the better ones, right? So we gotta see how you craft them, what items specifically you need, and
Okay.
what bonuses that they give you. If it's going to be random, depending on the quality of the items that you gave her, or something like that.
Okay. So it really all
Yeah.
depends on like all of that. Like I have the game, but I have not even played it. I'm like maybe 2 hours in. The gameplay is
Oh
just for
wow.
me. It's just too hard to get into. But uh, you show me a waifu and I'll pay more attention. Definitely. I'll pay more attention to the game. So that pushes me to try harder to be a better person. Definitely. Um,
There's also
there's also a boss
also
rush
wait,
mode as well.
yes, yes, like
That
the challenges that came in. They added new challenges that
hmm
came with the Wave 2. The same
yeah.
thing that they did with Future Connected in Definitive Edition and the first expansion pass from Xenoblade 2. It's pretty cool, and so that the boss rush. Come on, who doesn't like that?
Well,
So
you're
yeah,
a Monster Hunter
and we,
fan, so obviously you're gonna love what boss rush
yeah,
is in
yeah.
general. So
That's
that's what you
one. That's
like.
one of the big reasons why I like Kirby. Boss rushes.
I guess you like a pink ball. Um, talk about Kirby. Kirby also had an announcement around here, so we're gonna be able to be talking about him later on. But I do like what at least simple. It's a simple DLC. Also at the end, obviously you got the connection between all three games: Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Xenoblade
Yeah.
Chronicles 2, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. All of them obviously available on the Nintendo Switch. So they're trying to connect each and every story one with the other, so that way it maybe makes more sense, or at least it's like the franchise is connected and it's not like a Persona or a Fire Emblem type scenario where each game is individually separated in their own like little mini pocket bursts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I like it. I like what I saw, and obviously I believe this wave is available now, and wave 4 is gonna be available later. Like I think it was at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably it's gonna be like in October, December.
I think it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
around
I
that
think.
month.
I think it's either gonna be July for the 1 year anniversary or September.
Ooh,
So I think it's gonna be like one or that. So that's super cool.
yeah.
Then we got uh it's called Samba the
Samba de Amigo.
Amigo. Um, for you 20
For
people that are excited for this game,
for you.
it's a port or is a new game from a franchise from the GameCube era. Um, if you're a fan of Just Dance, this is the game for you. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
If you like monkeys and maracas, you must be flipping yourself right now with excitement, with
You must
the
be
most
flipping.
highest level of passion that a Nintendo fan could ever have. But from me, I don't care. What about
Hmm.
you?
Interesting. I like when I saw it, I was like, oh, somebody the Amigos coming back. Didn't expect I didn't expect that, but then I saw that it was just like Just Dance, and I was like, oh, oh,
Yeah, took
oh,
the
well, looks
took Sega long enough, but it's Sega. Of course, it
yeah,
took
it's
them long
here, it's
enough.
here.
So, if you
Yeah,
guys are excited, available summer 2023. Summer doesn't have release date, so you just pray that Just Dance doesn't release right next to it, right? Just for the
yeah.
F's of it. All right.
So
Then
next
after
one is
that,
Fashion Dreamer.
we have
Fashion
Fashion
Dreamer.
Dreamer. Okay. So Fashion Dreamer is gonna be super exciting, right? I know you're excited for it. I'm excited for it.
Oh,
I know that
right.
you who are listening to this podcast, is excited for Fashion Dreamers. We have been waiting for this moment where we can take an avatar and make it have a dress. Basically, this is a social media platform in a game. This is for those people who don't touch grass and live on Twitter. This is your game, guys. There you go. This is your games. There's really nothing to talk about here. Funny enough,
Yep.
most of the characters that they use on the trailer are female. Really throwing that target demographic, super specific. They show like maybe one or two guys, but you can be both, I guess. Transgender. I don't know. 2023. Be whatever you want. Moving on. Then we have the
That
Castlevania Dead Cells DLC. I believe this was shown at the beginning of the Game Awards last year. This was first shown there, and I like the art style. I like finally Konami utilizing Castlevania at least for something, even if it is like its own game, but it's better than what
Mhm.
Castlevania has been doing in the last 10 years. So
Yeah.
honestly, whatever this is a W. So if you're a Castlevania guy or a Dead Cells guy, you should be super excited. I do like what I see. So I may try it out. I may buy myself Dead Cells.
Same here. Same here. That
Honestly,
that DLC looks that DLC looks really good.
kind of,
And the
yeah.
references, the music. Oh,
I do like it a lot. I do like what I'm seeing. Like, uh,
ah,
yeah, it's a definite W. I think if you're a fan of 2D action games, like this should be on your radar. It's coming for every platform, so yeah, like definitely this is a game that is in my radar, and I'm gonna be super excited to play it. Most likely, I may buy myself Dead Cells. Don't know what platform I'm gonna buy it on yet. Most likely on my Steam Deck. Um, just for maybe to play there, but yeah, this is something that you should have on your radar. Play it. Support Castlevania if you want more Castlevania games. Show Konami with your money that you want Castlevania. That's the only way that you can
mhm.
actually show Konami that you want Castlevania, and they will make more Castlevania. If you don't put your money on, nobody will do it. So up to you guys. So super exciting about this. Super good. Thumbs up. Then we have Thrawn. Do you know what Thrawn is?
Little.
So this is
Like
was um
little.
to give you maybe a little bit of a feedback. It
Mhm.
it's like a Disney movie. So it's a Disney franchise. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's a movie they created a long time ago, and it's about motorcycles, I believe, and competition and all that. And they are making a video game out of that. They are legit doing it. It shows story. It doesn't show, from what I believe, the trailer didn't show almost any gameplay, but we can maybe assume that it's gonna be like a racing, story-driven game. Yeah, that's best.
Okay.
I saw, like, you can see the trailer that there's multiple options in terms of dialogue, so maybe that's part of it. But main core gameplay, I don't know if this is like maybe a narrative focused game, or if
I think
it's
it's
gonna
probably a
have.
narrative focused one.
If it is,
You see the trailer looks like it.
yeah, it kind of does, right? But I don't know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't know. It's not interesting. I think we have to wait and see more about this game. Wait for them to maybe show
Yeah.
some gameplay if it has any, and then after that, be able to then detect and basically say if we are interested or not in this type of game. But if you guys are a fan of this franchise, there you go. You finally have something about this franchise that has been like just dead for so long. Um, then Capcom came through, and they just released. Well, they just announced Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I don't know nothing about this.
Same here. I'm confused. What is this?
Uh, for my little intelligence is that this is a detective game. So he said on the name, but um, I want to say it's a story-driven game and potentially point and click. It kind of feels like a point and click detective style game. Um, yeah, that's what I want to say. I think it's a story driven. It's like maybe AI summoning files. I don't know if you have heard of that game, but it's basically
No.
it's a point and click detective game. So it kind of looks like a point and click detective game. Yeah, definitely. I think that's what it is. So if you guys are interested into that, I think it's a puzzle game as well. Has some puzzles right there, left and right,
Look at
a little bit.
puzzles. Looks
Yeah,
interesting though.
looks interesting. Not my type of game, but if that's your type of game, whoever is listening, that's super good. That at least they're giving you this, so that's super nice. I really don't have a lot to say about this. Do you have anything to say?
No, not really. Not much, really.
Don't worry, guys. He's just waiting for Zelda.
He's
So
like, hey.
next game was Deca Police. So interesting thing about Deca Police. This is the first of I think 3 level 5 games. Level 5 has been
Really?
quiet for years. Um, I think that company was like almost in bankrupt, and they just came to this direct and said, no, 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 we are alive. So they announced
Oh yeah,
Decapolice.
don't worry, guys.
Yep. And Decapolice, I think it's a combination of like Persona with maybe a detective game. It does have
Mm-hmm.
Persona elements. I like it. Like I feel if it is a good decent price, I may be willing to actually buy it.
Same here.
Because it does looks interesting. It does look fun. I believe it's a turn-based uh action game, but
It
I
does
do
look
like what I'm
nice.
seeing. Really, and that I can definitely see those Persona like aspects of it. That 100% you can like if you like Persona, right? When you're a fan of that art style, that type of game, I think this is a game that you should have in your radar. Also about this direct, we can say that there's a lot of RPGs. This was RPG
Yes.
focused. The
Oh,
Switch is one of the best platforms for RPGs in general. So you're gonna be seeing these guys a lot in these. So I don't believe it has a release date. It just has a release window of 2023 right now. So
mhm.
definitely gonna be keeping an eye on that guy. And hopefully it's like maybe $40. It's not full price. That way it's a little bit easier to swallow that pill.
Mhm.
But yeah, super interesting here. Then we have your favorite game.
Oh yeah, so
It Bayonetta Origins. I know that every single Bayonetta fan was clamoring for a non-action, story-driven, tactical Bayonetta game because that's what we all wanted from Bayonetta. That's definitely what we all wanted. Everybody
oh
say
yes,
yeah.
totally, dude.
So
When they saw it, I was screaming without the S, you know? Okay.
I was like, holy shit. But it's what do you think about this game? Like,
Okay, for the positives, I love the art style.
okay.
I
Yeah.
really do. I like the design of the demon,
Okay.
and that's about it. You know, that's about it. Because when they show the combat, that's one of like my main issues. They show the combat. Bayonetta doesn't do anything. Well, Cereza in this case
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do anything.
It reminds me of V from Devil May Cry 5. So whoever has played that game will understand the reference. But V was a character that he uses three different demons, and he's like long range. So he's like a puppet master, basically, like in
Okay.
terms of that. And that's what this reminds me of. Like, Soresa does not really do anything. And by the way, you're playing as
Not
Soresa.
much.
You're not playing as Bayonetta. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Soresa is. I don't understand the lore. Anybody in the comment section, please explain us the lore. This is
Yeah.
please. But based on the little knowledge I have from Bayonetta, I know that Soresa was the little girl from Bayonetta 1, but I don't know if Soresa is the same as Bayonetta or they are completely two different like personalities. I don't know. Whoever knows this answer, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you. Um, I do like the art style as well. Gameplay looks interesting. It looks like very Pikmin style as well. Like very, I think it tries to tackle the same genre.
Mhm.
Like a strategy type game. Uh, but I don't think this is what Bayonetta fans wanted. I don't think this is what Bayonetta fans needed.
Uh,
Bayonetta's number one. It's a niche franchise. Is hasn't sold like the largest 3 million. But the thing is that the fan base of Bayonetta, like when you take it into perspective, Bayonetta is a rated M, very action focused, very suggestive type
mhm.
game. That's what it leans to, and this is the complete opposite. This goes like to the complete other side of the spectrum, and based on this, I just can maybe say that they're trying to tackle a new audience that has never bothered to try Bayonetta because it is what it is. It is an action suggestive rated M game. So maybe they're
Mhm.
trying to get out of that sphere and tackle like that audience that won't bother with that, and maybe releasing a more, you know, more simpler, more relaxed, more rated T to E PD like type Bayonetta game to see if people have interest in the franchise in general, or is it because just of that nicheness?
No, yeah. And I think another issue is this game costs 60, right?
Yes, it also, but if you have a voucher, it is also available to purchase with vouchers. But yes, this game is actually $60.
No, yeah, I know, but like, I don't even think that with a voucher is, really, ¿cómo que se dice esta palabra?
Which one?
Worth it, worth it.
Oh, worth it.
Don't want to come out.
This man was tripping so hard. Um,
Yes. But yeah, I don't even think with a voucher is worth it. At least for me. If it was 40 or something, okay, fine if it's 40.
mhm.
But like being 60, nah, this is gonna hurt the game so bad.
You really don't want this game, but it's
If
Bayonetta. You
it's
want a
40,
Bayonetta.
yeah, heck. If I see like uh a discount, maybe,
Hmm.
maybe.
Yeah, I
Like
maybe
on sale, maybe there. Maybe I would give it a try if it's on sale.
I will
But
be
like,
willing
nah,
to spend maybe $30 on this, but no more than that.
same here. Well, 40. I'm more in like 35, 40. That's my maximum.
I'll say 30.
That's the
No,
limit.
no more than 30 for me. But yeah, uh, hopefully it targets that new audience that is trying to go after, because I think that's the idea of this game.
Hmm.
And yeah, then Splatoon 3 DLC. All right,
Let's freaking go!
so for
Yeah.
you, 8 million. I think it was what Splatoon, the original Splatoon, sold. No, that's more. That's too much. I think it was what, 3 million, 2 million, around that. Yeah.
Let's check real quick.
Uh,
Mm,
yeah, I think it was around that. For those guys, you got Inkopolis, however do you pronounce it. You got your first OG city back into the game. So now all three cities are in the Switch. I really don't know what else you get
no, no, no.
here, like in terms of that,
One.
like
There's only two cities now with the DLC.
yeah. Um, so you basically get the OG layout of town.
Yeah.
You get, I think, like new vendors. I think, do you get like new weapons and new attire, like
That's
new
that's
gear?
the thing, right? I was confused because I was psyched, that we getting accomplished, we get back the Squid Sisters, we got all these new like vendors and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like was like, what else? Like, are we getting like exclusive weapons, skins, or
Mm-hmm.
not skins, I guess, or variations of the weapon? Are we getting new like clothing items or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Based on what I
No.
saw from the trailer, is basically you get like the same weapons and everything, but maybe you get better prices depending on the store, and that's
Uh,
it. Which for me, that's not the biggest selling point. Another
okay.
thing is you get like concerts now when there's a Splatfest, if I'm not mistaken, on this side of
Yeah,
town.
because Splatfest is happening like today. I think there's a Splatfest.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
So,
Splatfest is gonna be happening on Splatoon 3's Hub World and this one at the same time.
mm-hmm.
So
so
you
I
don't miss it.
I kind of feel, if that's like a selling point for you, by all means, this is the closest thing to maybe a
Yeah.
game as a service that Nintendo has. So might as well lean into it. And
Mm-hmm.
then at the end of the trailer, they showed this blank white space, no color
Yes.
realm, which
Yes.
reminds me of a Disney Mickey Mouse game where he painted everything to give it color.
Oh, yes. It
Um,
has a brush and shit.
yeah, I
That
do
one.
not
Oh
remember
yes.
the name, but it
Mhm.
reminds me of
Yeah.
that, where you pretty much have to paint everything around you to give it color. And maybe once it has colors, you have to like give life back to this world, based on those type
Yeah.
of things per se. So, um, yeah. So yeah, the one. So in couple, this is coming to spring 2023, and then wave two. I don't
Hmm.
know if they actually said like a release date or anything on it. One thing that I
Oh,
was sorry that cut you off, but what you were saying?
no, yeah, I'm gonna check if Wave Two has a release date. If it releases this year or is it
Mm.
next year?
Mm.
Because I'm hoping it's this year.
I think it's this year, but one thing that I maybe didn't maybe I was expecting is that the DLC is not part of the expansion pack, just like the Splatoon 2 DLC. And I feel that what's gonna happen is they're waiting for people to just purchase this DLC, and then once they sell that DLC to as many people as possible, and they see the downcline on DLC purchases, they most likely will add it to the expansion pack, so that way they can get more profit out of it.
Probably.
Yeah, that's most likely
Because
what's gonna
if not,
happen.
that's a really big missed opportunity. Come on,
And I
Nintendo.
feel they're gonna do the same with maybe the Xenoblade DLC,
Maybe
because at the end of the day, like once you
I could see
put
it.
it all
I
out,
could see it.
there's no more sales, so might as well throw it out there to just give it more value.
Mhm.
Um, this direct was also very DLC focused. This is the second DLC that was announced. There's one more that I think is coming right up next, for what I can tell, and that's the
Yeah.
Fire Emblem one. So why not just tackle that guy real quick now? So Fire Emblem Engage DLC expansion. This was already obviously announced. For my understanding, and they announced new emblems, so that means new characters, new missions. Um, I've been playing it only for a little bit, but what I've been playing, I'm liking it super. It goes back to the basic. This game is just it's the story that you would expect from an anime style game or a Fire Emblem game. So if you like that, those type of things, this is a game for you. Camila is in the game, so we all
Yes.
rejoice with the waifu.
Finally.
Um,
Please.
I'm more surprised that Crom was not in the game. So I'm like, wait, what? Crom was not in the game?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
protagonist from Fire Emblem Awakenings is not in the game. Like, what the heck? So he's finally in the game. This just
Disappointed.
this just made me more excited to keep playing the game. Honestly, I just want to keep playing the game. Um, if I feel satisfied with the game by when the time I finish it, I won't be buying uh this DLC when it
The
comes
DLC.
out. Yeah. But if I still want more, I'll definitely buy it. And for what I can tell, in Wave 4, there's more story content. So this is just Wave 2.
Oh.
So there's
So
two
like
more
Xenoblade.
wave. Yeah.
Like Xenoblade. Let's go.
It's gonna be just like
I
Xenoblade. It's gonna have two more waves. Wave 3, Crumb is gonna be in Wave 3, and then Wave 4, there's gonna be new story content to it. So super excited. Fire Emblem Three Houses made me into a Fire Emblem fan. So I want to keep supporting this franchise because I want this franchise to just keep going. I love what I have played of Fire Emblem. So yeah, I want this franchise to just keep going.
really well.
Yep. Just give me a Nintendo Switch Fire Emblem theme, and Nintendo. I have money and I
I
want to
don't
give
know.
it to you.
Oh man, I wanna give you my money.
Yeah, man. God damn. Then we got Harmony, the Fell of what? Of Revire. That's coming June 2023. I don't remember anything about this game. If I'm honest too.
Me neither, to be honest.
I don't remember anything about this game. It looks like a story driven game, for what I can tell. Oh, is it 2D? No, it just looks like a cyberpunk style. No, I mean, yeah, no. I really cannot say, man. Yeah, it looks kind of cyberpunky, in some aspects, but I guess I don't know. I don't know what
No,
to expect from this.
there's
Um,
not much to say about it.
yeah,
I'll look through it though.
it looks fine. I guess there's time travel or dimension travel in this game. So hey, if that's something that you guys like, by all means. Then there's Disney announced a game. It's called Disney
Oh,
Illusion Island, and if I'm honest, I like it.
you do?
Yes, for some reason, I like the art style. I like
Or
what they
no,
showed.
the art is cool. Yakuza is fun. I like it.
Yeah, I do like the platforming looks fun. The gameplay looks fun. Um, the game just looks fun. Uh, Honestly, this is one of the few times that you could be like, okay, yeah, the game looks fun. This game looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks like every character plays differently, so that's super good and it's super nice to see. Um, and it has local co-op and I think online, but I do see co-op up to 4 players, so that's gonna be mayhem right there.
Wait. It has online.
I believe so. You would assume it's 2023. You would assume these games have all online multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but Kirby didn't have it. The Forgotten Land was released.
Well,
That's a huge missed opportunity. Come on, Nintendo.
well, the thing is, that's Nintendo. That's
I
Nintendo.
guess. I guess. I guess.
So if you guys are interested in this game, pre-orders are available today, the day that it was announced, and it's coming on 28th of July. So second half of the year. Um, yeah, I like it. Did they show any prices for this game?
I don't think so. Let's search again.
Yeah. I wanna say it could be 40.
Looks like a 40 game.
Mm,
Even see it on the page. It's loading. Come on, load, load. Come on.
but yeah, no, definitely. I like what I saw. I think it's gonna be like
Yeah,
40.
40.
Yeah,
40, 40, 40.
super nice. That's nice.
Not bad at all.
I'm really interested into it. So we'll see when it comes out. The next game is Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. This game was delayed a whole year because of the war that was happening in real life, and Nintendo decided to delay this game. Now, this game is finally coming out on April 21st, 2023. Don't have much to say about this because this is literally what they have already shown. If you like strategy games, you like Fire Emblem, those type of games, this is the game for you, man. There you go. If you want this franchise to return as well, support it. Just support it. I most likely am going to
Or
buy this game,
else.
if I'm honest, because I do like my strategy games. You know that. So there's a chance that I may buy this game, definitely. Just to support it and to play it because I never played Advance Wars. So, how about you?
I have never played on Advance Wars, and this game really looks good.
Yeah.
Man, 60. 60. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. Thinking
Well,
about it though.
yeah, but at least it's 2 games, you know. So you get Advance Wars
Oh
1
yeah.
and 2. So that and online multiplayer, by the way. So
Oh yeah, that's good. Might think about it,
yeah,
between Fire Emblem and this.
definitely.
Good thing.
Then this is fun, ladies and gentlemen. We got
True.
Octopath Traveler 2. So there's a demo out, by the way. There's a demo out, so if you guys want to try this, you can just download the demo and your progression will progress to the full game when it comes out. This is another HD 2D type game from Square Enix. The first game I only played for a little bit. I liked it. I'm most likely going to be trying the demo. I do have it downloaded and going to be trying this game. Don't know if I'm gonna be buying it day one though. It's coming this month on the 24th, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be buying this guy. It looks good though. You know, it looks good. Octopath Traveler became its own little series now. So it's sold well. You can tell that it's sold well because they made it like a sequel, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
So that's super nice. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be buying this because definitely I have my eyes on other games right now. But what about you? Do
Yeah,
you play the
whatever.
first one?
No, I didn't play the first one. I played a little bit of the demo when I first got the Switch. This was one of the first demos that I downloaded. It was pretty fine, especially the art style. Liked it. Like this one. Might think about picking it up. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Depends. In between this or Fire Emblem Engage. So you know.
Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem.
Of course, you're gonna go with Fire Emblem. Of course.
Fire Emblem. Someone
All right,
has
all right,
to.
all
Jesus.
right. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm getting Fire Emblem. Okay, just chill.
Then
You better
we.
start playing Xenoblade. Hmm?
Sure, sure. No worries.
Yeah.
Then we got We Love Katamari. This is, I think, is a port from the GameCube games. It's a bunch of mini games, that you just, play, have fun.
Mhm.
After that, I really have nothing else to say about this game. But yeah, there's the Pac-Man ghost right there. So there's Easter eggs and all that you can search and hunt. It looks like a fun time, fun little, cool little mini games that you can. And I guess there's a game trial for this game right now, huh? Wait, yeah,
Wait, right now.
wait,
Wait, what
no.
right now?
It
No.
says that it has a game trial available the 20th. So from the 20th to the 26th of this month, you're gonna be able to download this game if you're a Nintendo Switch Online member.
Okay.
So there you go. If you are a member of the Switch Online, you'll be able to download this game, try it out if you like it, and then if you like it, then buy it. So that is super nice.
Yes.
Alrighty, perfect. Then next game, and this one I'm excited for. I'm an RPG sucker. It's a love and hate relationship, but
Oh yeah.
it's
Oh
Sea
yeah.
of Stars. Does have a demo right now, so you could download and play the demo. Haven't played it, but these are from the creators of the Messenger, and this game just looks super, super nice and super fun. I don't know if you share the same sentiments.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think it's incredible. When I first saw it, I was like, take my money. I want to play you. Take my money. Holy shit.
Yes, it does look super nice. It also looks like a very like Eastward type game, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything that I have seen looks fun, looks good. So I just want to try the
Yeah.
demo, and after I try the demo, I most likely will be creating maybe like a little short talking about it or something like that. So if you want to know that, subscribe so that way you know when those little videos are coming out. But I like it. His name said that it was Zelda. For the love of God, I thought he said Zelda in his name. Wait, hold up.
Wait, what?
Oh, Cell. Oh my God. For a moment, I thought it said Zelda. I was like, what the hell? What?
Whoa.
We got this canon
Okay.
now? So yeah, definitely. If you guys are excited for it, it's coming on August 29th. So it's coming this year. Hopefully, it doesn't get negated again. So yeah, um, definitely interested into it. Then we got Omega Strikers, and I don't know what
Yes.
this. Oh, so Omega Strikers is that hockey, like ice hockey style free to play game. Um, it looks fun, but I'm really burned out on free to play games. I am specifically after so many different games like recently has closed down servers, or they're going to close down servers, or they're going to close down
Yep.
maybe development or support. This game coming out now like this is really
Bad timing.
bad timing. I don't really. I mark my words. This game is gonna close down in like 4 months.
And it's sad to see
It's
this
yeah.
happening. But well,
It's gonna close like in 4 months. I can assure you, 100%. Next game is
we can see.
Atrian Odyssey Origin Collection, an Atlas game
Okay.
coming into the Switch. I have never played these games. I believe there's three, and there's HD, and these are RPGs. Are these turn-based? Yeah, these are turn-based. Oh, these like old school bad boys. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have no nostalgia for these. Maybe I'll try them out because again, I'm an RPG sucker, so that could be. Uh, but yeah, no, they look fine. If you're someone who is, interested in these type of games, by all means, just go for it. Just go for it and
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it. That's really it. How many announcements do we got? Oh, we got a couple left. Jesus. Alrighty.
Yeah,
Then we got
big
Kirby.
boy.
Kirby Return to
Oh.
Dreamland. And you're the Kirby guy here, so why don't you start?
I'm not the Kirby. Okay. I like the art style of this game.
You like the
I
art style?
really do. Yes.
Okay.
The feel just makes me feel nostalgic, even though I have never played this game. I always wanted to, but I never played it because I have never understood. Oh wait,
This looks like isn't this like the original first ever Kirby game?
no, was it? I don't remember the story of the game, but like, no, it isn't the first one.
Right?
I think no, no,
I don't know.
it's right. No,
But it
I
does have a
think this is
demo.
the Kirby game.
So
Yes,
if you want to try it out, have you tried it out?
I played the first level yesterday.
How was it?
Pretty good. Pretty, pretty nice. Also, god damn it, that sword is so fucking good. Not like you have seen like the gigantic sword that sometimes Kirby has in some
Mm-hmm.
artworks.
Okay.
No, it appears in this game. It's so fucking good. Just use it and destroy pieces of land and multiple enemies. It's fucking good.
Okay. I think I have it downloaded on my Switch, but I haven't played it. So I will have to be doing that. I did like Forgotten Land, but I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll like this 2D style Kirby. Kirby's not really my cup
Mhm,
of tea just because of the so simplistic aspect of Kirby. But
mhm.
it's coming out this month as well, February
Yeah.
24th. So we're just maybe what couple days, like maybe a week
Wait,
and a half
literally.
from this game releasing. So you guys are excited. There's a demo. Go play it. Go buy it. So that was the first half of the direct, which was, in my opinion, it was average. It wasn't the most
Yeah.
exciting thing ever. Bunch of DLC. I think the most exciting announcements were literally DLCs. So
See that it hurts. It hurts.
then Nintendo woke up and they announced Nintendo Switch Online members get Game Boy and Game Boy Advance.
Fucking finally, let's go.
Yes. So these are my favorite handhelds of all time, specifically the Game Boy Advance. I literally not that long ago, I literally rebuilt a Game Boy Advance, repaired it with new screen, new battery, and then after that they announced this. Such a perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing,
You
right?
summoned them.
So they
You
they, they
summoned
wait
them.
they waited for me to spend the money to then, oh, let's bring this now.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. But starting with Game Boy, some of the games are, if I'm not mistaken, Mario and the Six Golden Coins, Link's Awakening, um, Game and Watch Gallery, 3 specifically. So some Game and Watches. Alone in the Dark. And I believe one of the ones that are coming out soon, also Metroid 2, Return of Samus. So they're pushing Metroid a little bit there. And
Mhm.
you'll soon see why, people. Is literally right
Uh,
after this announcement.
yep.
So Wario Land.
Waterland.
And there it is,
Waterland.
Kirby's Dream Land. So
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first ever Kirby game. So this is the OG original, um,
Yep. Let me
OG
see.
original Kirby game. This also has Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, and Game Boy Color type games. I'm gonna pause it right here. And for some reason, Nintendo classifies the Game Boy Color as its own, like as the same as the Game Boy. When obviously the Game Boy Color had number one, more powerful hardware, and
Power.
number two had actually exclusive games. So it was more seen for a lot of people as the next generation of the Game Boy instead of just an upgrade of the Game Boy. Um,
Mhm.
some of the games are coming later down the line. Are games like Zelda, um, The Legend of Zelda, Ages of Seasons.
Ah, Oracle of Season and
Yeah,
Oracle of Ages.
and Oracle of Ages. So that was when Nintendo tried to do what Pokemon did, and do a dual release. But instead of just
Mhm.
having almost the same game copy paste, these games actually have their own unique, different stories and perspective, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm. It did.
So that's super nice, and super good. Also, Kirby's Tilt and Tumble is also one of the games that are coming out later down the line. But forget about that. One of the games that we're getting is Pokemon Trading Card Game. If you have never played this game, if you have never ever heard of it, is wonderful. Just imagine Pokemon Red, right? And you're playing with cards. That's it. There's 8 gym leaders, there's a champion, you create your deck. You literally, at the beginning of the game, you select 3 decks. There's a Charizard deck, a Bulbasaur, a Venusaur deck, and a Blastoise deck. And you have to pick which one do you want. Yes!
Bro, so you're happy. You're happy.
I am. And then just imagine this with online multiplayer. Oh, Jesus. Pokemon TCG Live? Who needs that? We got this. We got this. Let's go back to the old school days where there was actually a Kadabra card to play with.
Not the Kadabra, come on.
And Zapdos had 90 HP, and that was considered to be super high.
The good old days, huh? Now we have 350, and that's small compared.
Can you imagine? That's, oh my god. Where does this game ended? Where did it end?
Yeah.
So funny enough, the box art that they're showing is the one that was the release day one, where it say that it had a limited edition Pokemon card inside.
Wait, really?
Yes. So where's our Pokemon card, Nintendo? You better be shipping that.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Come on, we got things to talk about. But then after that, Nintendo said, let's do one better. And they showed Game Boy Advance, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, baby, let's go.
Oh my god. Okay, so then games that were showing here were games like The Legend of Zelda, and I don't remember the name. Was it Link's Awakening? Or was it Link's Awakening on the first one?
The Minish Cap.
Minish Cap. Okay. So Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, this is basically just a port of Super Mario 3, but for the Game Boy Advance, and they just classified it as 4. We got WarioWare Mega Micro Games, which I believe was the first ever WarioWare game. We have Kuru 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 Ring. That is a mouthful.
That's a name?
We also got Mario Kart Super Circuit, which is the first ever Mario Kart game made for a handheld. We got Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which I'm definitely playing 100%.
They're alive.
And The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, which actually, for a handheld Game Boy game, looks really nice.
Yes.
But I think the highlight here are Mario Kart Super Circuit, but definitely that
Mario
game.
Luigi.
Yes, definitely. 100%. I think Mario Luigi is the first game that I'm gonna be playing once I have access to these games. No problem whatsoever. And yes, Nintendo, congratulations. You have finally convinced me to give you $50 a year instead of 20. Good. You finally did it. And then they went up and upped themselves. Metroid Fusion coming down the line. Kirby's Amazing Mirror
Yes.
coming down the line. Fire Emblem coming down the line. What? Then you have
Just bangers
F.
after bangers after bangers. Let's go.
Have you ever watched WWE? That's literally a WWE catchphrase.
Wait, really?
Yes. For a moment, I was like, "Oh my god, we're doing a wrestling podcast now." Banger after banger. Okay. So we hear the Bang Bros. We're gonna be talking about the Nintendo S. Kids, don't Google that.
No, no, no. Don't. You're gonna ruin so many childhoods. No.
Then we have Fire Emblem, which is the original Fire Emblem, I believe. No, because it has Roy on the front. But we have Fire Emblem, which is yes, give me more Fire Emblem. I want to be able to play these games. Yes, give them to me. Thank you. Then we have F-Zero Maximum Velocity.
It's alive. It's still alive.
It's still alive, and we have X-Zero Maximum Velocity, which is super nice, definitely. And then we have the one and only coming back from the death, Golden Sun. Golden Sun. Nintendo
Yes.
remembered it had Golden Sun. They
Finally.
remembered.
Took them long enough. Really took them long enough.
Jesus, Alabama. Come on, please give us a brand new game from this franchise.
Yeah, we need it. Need this time. Or at least a remake. I'm
Could be.
satisfied with a remake, you know?
Uh,
I'm satisfied with that.
Yeah, they could just do a remake, and honestly, I'll most likely buy it because I'm an RPG sucker, so I most likely would buy it. So yeah, definitely, this is something that I feel that could be good, could be fun. So yeah, no, definitely, that's really all to it. That's as much as I'm gonna say about it. Super, super, super nice.
Yeah. The one thing that both of these like emulators need is just Pokemon. And it's perfection.
Okay, let's talk about
That's it,
that.
it's Pokemon. It's
So on
Pokemon.
so on the Game Boy, there was no Pokemon Red, no Pokemon Blue, and no Pokemon Yellow, no Pokemon Crystal, no
Yeah.
Pokemon Gold, and in the advanced, there was no Pokemon
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald,
Leaf
and
Green,
Fire
Fire
Left
Red,
and Leaf Green.
and
Yes.
none of that. So Pokemon Day is a couple weeks away. It's on February, by the end of February. Do we expect these games to be announced at the Pokemon Direct or Pokemon Presents?
50-50. They
Okay.
could do that. They could do that like as their big like announcement at the end of the direct,
Mm-hmm.
or they wouldn't, because you know how Pokemon Company is.
Yeah.
So I would prefer if they would, in the subscriptions, that it would just be easier for everyone. But something that I could see them doing, just like porting these games into the Switch and just like porting them and asking $30 for them for each one. I could see that happening. But please, let it be in the emulators. Please.
Could be. I feel that because interestingly, the game that did was announced was a spinoff was Pokemon TCG for the Game Boy. Um, I wouldn't be again. I already told you this, but give me Pokemon Mystery Dungeon from the Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
Just put it there. Just put Pokemon Mystery Dungeon from the Game Boy Advance on the service. If you don't want to put the mainline games, that's a game that you can easily 100% put there because it would complement the remake that you literally release on the Switch. So people would be able to buy and not buy, like play the original, and then after that, if they're really interested into it, they can just buy the remake. So Again, they don't lose anything by doing this, and I think it's a game that would complement the library effectively well. Just to have
Mm,
that Pokemon representation on there. So, yeah, super nice, super good. This is where they finally started to like turn the tables, and then
yeah,
they
it's
said
good.
we're gonna up you one more, and they announced
You want to see me do it again?
Metroid Prime Remastered.
Remastered.
So this
Oh,
game, couple things to diverse here. Number one, it's a full remaster on this game, and based on the screenshots and gameplay that I have seen, this game looks amazing on the Switch. It's one of the best looking games on the Switch, period.
really?
Second, this game is not a full price game. This game is $40, both physically and digitally. And third,
Mm.
it was a stealth drop.
Yes,
When
it released the same day.
when when has a company done a stealth drop of one of their biggest releases of the year?
I have no idea. It
Like
was a surprise, but a welcome one at that.
they just said screw it. Boom, you guys want to do something today? Okay, here's Game Boy Advance, and Metroid Prime Remastered the same hecking day.
Yeah, have fun.
What the hell? Incredible. And then in a couple of days, there we go, February 22nd is gonna be the physical release. So this is interesting. This month is stacker than we think. This month we got Kirby, we got Octopath, we got Metroid. There's a lot of games to play this month. If you're a Nintendo Switch
Yes.
fan and you didn't have nothing to play, welcome to February. Just welcome to February. Really excited. I don't know if I'm gonna be when I'm gonna be buying this, but I'm definitely buying it. Just have to find the time to just buy it and play it. But yes, this is a 100% purchase for me. So, question
All
about
right.
this: do we expect Metro Prime 2 and Metro Prime 3 to have a remaster maybe next year and then the following year, up to
I
build hype for Metro Prime 4?
oh, I would see it. I would see it. I think that would be the right move to do in this situation. I
Because
would see it.
at this point, I don't see, honestly, I see Metro Prime 4 as either being the last game for the Nintendo Switch or one of the launch games for the new Switch.
Could be that.
Like, I don't know if they have the trust on Metroid Prime 4 to just be a launch title. I
Hmm.
feel I can see themselves launching Mario Kart 9 and Metroid Prime 4 the same day. And if they do that, that
Oh,
will be a great launch day because you have
exactly.
the single player game of Metroid Prime 4 and then the multiplayer game casual that everybody's going to buy Mario Kart 9. So, that's the idea that Nintendo wants to build for their next
Oh, you're starting to
console.
feel
That it sounds already like a really solid lineup for first party games for the launch of the brand new console.
it. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So, in that way, you can rest up Zelda, you can rest up Mario, you can let them rest and let your other IPs grow. Let them grow, let them find their fan bases even better. So yeah, hopefully Metroid is one of those franchises that benefits from the Switch and benefits
Yes,
well,
please.
so that way it grows. Metroid Dread was technically it is considered the best-selling Metroid game with 3 million copies. I really hope this game sells more than like I. This is optimistic, but I want Metroid Prime Remastered to just sell 4 million copies.
For me, that would be impressive, incredible.
Come on,
If it
it's a
does that.
remastered. It's Prime, which is typically the line of series that most people are actually interested in when we talk about Metroid, and it's
Mm-hmm.
$40. It's
Who doesn't like that?
it's 40. The only downside is that most likely it's gonna be a limited release on the physical side, which I think could be a little bit of harmful for the potential sales of this game. But maybe if they redo a reprint around holiday season, that could be amazing for this game. And I think this game, if it does the magic and it sells honestly, this is very like high, and I don't expect this game to sell this, but if it can sell 5 million copies, that would
Mm,
be amazing because that means
yes,
Nintendo is gonna it's gonna be ready with Metroid. It's gonna do like a huge push for Metroid Prime 4.
yes.
So honestly, super nice that this game is announced. Super excited. Available now. Go buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. One of the best games ever created. Buy it. Then we gotta go down and then they release Biden Kaidos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Um, Coming to the Switch. I have never played a Biden Kaidos game. Have
And
you?
nope,
I believe
never
this.
heard of it.
Yeah, this is a Bandai Namco game. I'm a fan of Bandai Namco. So it's gonna be a JRPG. Um, and it looks fine. Honestly, that's as much as I can say about this. I believe Biden Kaidos has a card-based combat system similar to what Midnight Suns had. So that could be maybe a downplay of for some people to actually try and play the game in the franchise and get into it for the first time. But I feel that it could be interesting if you just give it a chance to it. What
Yeah,
about you?
yeah. I think the same. Just I would definitely give it a try if it wasn't like hard based. To be honest.
Yeah,
Part of me wants to, the other one just card. Just card, no.
per se. Okay, then we got Fantasy Life,
Fantasy.
The Girl Who Steals Time. This game, if you tell me that it's not a copy paste of Animal Crossing, I don't know what you're saying.
It's it's Animal Crossing with Monster Hunter stories. Literally.
This is Animal Crossing with a chibi art style.
Yes. Well, Animal Crossing already. No.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't say
And it has a
that.
dragon. You know what? The best definition
What's
about
it called?
this is Animal Crossing with a combat system.
Well, if you look hard enough.
The
Animal
spiders do
Crossing has
not
combat
count
too.
for combat in Animal Crossing.
Uh, but the axes do.
No.
You can follow players with axes. No, you can bow. It counts, right? Right?
No.
Huh? Okay, fair, fair. It doesn't have one.
But yeah, this is just a copy paste of Animal Crossing. Uh, I see a cease and desist in your future, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Then we had Professor's
Professional Layton.
Layton's game. Um, Again, this is level
Interesting.
5, bringing the power. And saying we're here, we're alive, and Professor Layton's getting
Yeah.
a brand new game. So that's gonna be interesting. Never played one before,
Mm-hmm.
but it's super exciting that these franchises are coming back. Honestly,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We love to see it.
yeah. So super nice, super exciting. There's really not a lot to talk about this because they really didn't
It
show it a
was a
lot.
teaser.
But
Yeah.
hell yeah, just give it to us. Then
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna talk about I think the last DLC announcement of this direct, which was Mario Kart 8's Booster Pass, and they created
Oh,
Yoshi's freaking Island. I haven't played it,
yeah.
but based on what it looks amazing.
Yes.
Like
Really fucking good.
it looks amazing. They also introduced Birdo as a brand new character in the game, and it has
Yeah.
obviously the color changing just like Joshi. So this course just looks
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I just
Incredible.
I just have one question though.
What?
So here's the thing.
What?
Two things, right? Just two.
What? What? Just mention it. Just
Okay.
mention it.
Number one. Do you
Uh-huh.
see Nintendo releasing once this expansion pack, this DLC is off and gone and all that? Do you see Nintendo releasing a physical copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the DLC included?
Oh god, I never sat down and thought about that. Oh
Just
no.
to sell another
Oh
10
please
million
no.
copies?
Uh, okay, we know this is Nintendo.
just to
They
sell more
they
10 million.
probably are gonna do it. They're probably gonna do it. You say, oh no. You
Yeah.
know, when like in Christmas season, they always release like the same Switch with Mario Kart 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You think it's gonna be with that? That combo?
Could
The
be.
DLC?
Could be. Yeah.
Oh god, no.
And then my next question is, they've been creating a
What
couple
character?
of couple of new courses here and there.
Oh yes,
Um,
yes.
what courses are gonna Mario Kart 9 have? Because
Okay, okay, okay.
at this point, is there really a reason for Mario Kart 9?
I would say there is.
But what would it be? What would be the selling
What do you
point?
mean? What would it be? It's a new Mario Kart. Probably
But
gonna have like a new mechanic.
I don't know.
New main
But
mechanic will have new characters, new courses, returning all their courses,
I feel that
especially from this
the
game.
yeah, but in this game, I feel they're going to return almost every single course. So I feel that the only selling point that you can make is a single player. A single player.
I don't, I don't think so. Because an argument can be made. You don't need any other new Mario Kart. You can just stay with Wii and that's it.
Um,
We went with that.
well, kind of, but I feel that's the only way to refresh it because at this point, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna make it turn into Smash Brothers?
They could. I would see it. Those look at this there.
And just
Yeah,
introduce other characters from other franchises into the game
I would see it. Would be
potentially.
interesting if they do.
I would guess. But yeah, if you
More
have
courses
obviously,
for those characters, like I don't know, they introduce this and they have like fancy VR. Could be. It would be interesting. But they have ways. They have ways.
this is Nintendo we're talking about. I don't know if they have ways, man. This is
I
Nintendo.
hope.
They're
I
gonna
have hope. Let me dream, okay? I have hope.
they are going to
I have hope.
Nintendo it up.
I
They
don't
are
know if that's
going to do that.
a word.
But if
No.
you guys have the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, this is already free to you guys, so you just download it
Yep.
and just enjoy it. Then,
By the way,
uh-huh,
we gotta play.
we do. We haven't played. I don't know when I'm
In a
gonna
while.
play.
We need to break that tie. We have to play.
I know we're
I know
tied,
we're tied.
but I kind of want to leave you with that tide, just to burn you every day,
No,
every single time you log in
no,
into Mario Kart, you seeing that you're
no.
tied up with me, and you're like, God damn, there's just that reminder that there is someone in this world that is just as good as you, but you don't know if you're better than him.
Just as good. Nah, that's not the thing.
And
Nah, okay,
then
fair enough. Let's do this. Let's do this.
do what?
200cc Rumble Volcano.
The
You and
score,
me, Shy Guy. Basic cards. Let's go.
the course that you have been practicing for the last 3 weeks.
Okay, fair enough. SNE. Okay, fair enough. Let's do this. 200cc SNES Rainbow Road. Shy Guy with basic card. What'd you say? Huh? What
Here,
did you say?
okay, here's what I'm gonna say.
What?
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was the last thing announced, and we got a new trailer. Um, you know, showing new gameplay from it. We're gonna, we saw Ganondorf. We saw the dwarf talking. I think. Well, we didn't saw him, but we heard him most likely.
No, no,
And
no. We saw him. We saw him.
there's
Come on.
there's monsters. There's lightning. There's clouds. Man, I'm sold. There's clouds in this game. Sky, everything. But I'm not the biggest Zelda guy, so why don't you take it out? Go ahead. Stage is yours.
Oh, this game looks incredible. The enemies, the new Hyrule, the fogging the islands in the skies. Oh, I'm all for it. And that voice for Ganondorf, I don't care what you say. That voice is sexy. I love him. God damn it. And also, did you notice there's a three-headed dragon in Hylia Bridge? Okay, I gotta chill out. I gotta chill out.
You guys can tell that he's excited.
And also, another cool like detail is that in Breath of the Wild, I had a lot of glitches. People
Mm.
basically made their own vehicles, and now we actually have them. I think that's incredible. That's an incredible detail. They actually gave us a car in a plane. I love that.
Yeah, you can
Can't wait
also
for this game to release.
use some rails. Link has
Yeah,
been using his right arm too much, and he lost it. And now he has a mechanical arm. Happens to the best of us.
bro,
But
bro, no. Oh, don't ruin it for you, no.
it's part of it, man. He is part of it.
Uh,
But they didn't announce the console. The leak supposed console that it was
no,
for Tears of the Kingdom. So that's interesting.
I didn't.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're going to announce it 1 month before the game comes out. This game comes out in May 12th,
Maybe?
so maybe by give or take April 12th. Um,
Maybe? I don't know.
yeah, I want to say
That was weird.
that's what they're gonna do. But I'm not the biggest Zelda guy. This game is gonna be part of the vouchers. So if you guys have vouchers, you can purchase it. But if you want to purchase it with money, here's the
Oh,
little thing. The
yeah.
game costs
You're gonna stop it.
$70. Now,
Yep.
now, before anybody tries and says that it's worth it, Zelda's the greatest thing to ever live. We cannot live without it. Oh my God, Zelda this, Zelda that. I'm gonna pop that bubble for 1 millisecond real quick. When Sony decided to increase their price, um, they number one, development costs and everything has ballooned for years. All right, games should have cost more years ago. I do understand that fact, but however, you need to justify to the consumer. Just because you're spending more money, that doesn't mean that you can increase the price. Just because you need to justify to the consumer and give the consumer a reason why they should pay more money than what they are used to. With this game, obviously it had a 5-year plus development cycle. It had most likely tons of developers, tons of teams working on it. However, the way that Sony and Xbox sold the $70 price point sell was we were giving you better graphics, better frame rates, better quality. This game, I can assure you,
Oh,
it doesn't have none of those. May have a little bit better polished graphics because they're using the same engine, so you would expect a little better, higher quality of that engine because this is the second game you already make with that one, so you expect a higher quality. However, I don't expect a higher frame rate. I don't expect more than that. The problem is why? Because we still have the base Nintendo Switch. It's still using that Tegra 1 chip, and the point of it is gonna be this game, in my opinion, is not $70. There's no way for Nintendo that can justify this game to be $70. And I know everybody again is gonna be like, "Oh, it's Zelda. It took forever. It took this. It took that." Yes, that's fine. But there's no way for you to justify it because the people that are saying this are people who are Zelda fans or you already played the first game or all of that. But if I'm someone outside of that bubble, why I'm going to spend $10 more for the sequel when I can just when the prequel costs 60? Why I'm gonna spend 70 when every single game on the Switch has sold for a maximum price of $60? So what is it gonna be? For example, there's another example of a $70 game on the Switch. It will be Skyrim, the anniversary edition. It's actually $70 on Switch. The way that you can justify that is maybe because of all the DLC that it comes included. That's a quote unquote way to justify it.
How?
But the thing
Because
is,
most of the DLC didn't come with the original version, that re-released version,
but here's the
or
thing.
no?
I would assume, but in this scenario, there's no reason to buy that $70 game, right? Because it's the same game. So you don't have an obligation. They can release at 70. It doesn't matter because you can just buy the base version and that's it. Here is a game that the only price point that it has is 70. That's its MSRP price point, $70. And I just feel that this game, yes, it's gonna be worth it. Most likely the $70. It's gonna be worth the hours. It's gonna be worth everything. But we need to be careful when we are putting a standard or precipice or a course on these things, because this is the first game that it comes out. Most likely it's not gonna be the last, because we're gonna be okay with paying 70 for Zelda, but when Pokemon comes around this year and comes with 2 remakes that have more glitches than the glitch Pokemon or Glitchymon, people are gonna, you'll see that you're not gonna like it, because you're not gonna be happy paying $120 now, $140 now for both games if you want them both, and $70 for a glitchy low tier experience. Yes, Zelda is gonna be 70, but that means now that every single IP that they have after that is most likely gonna be 70. And Nintendo does not put their games on sale.
Yep.
So this is something that we need to keep an eye out, because Zelda is the perfect game to do it. It's most likely not gonna have any issues. My issue is after this, what's gonna happen? Because if Pokemon comes around with their glitchy games and Zelda on 70, not worth it. If comes a game like Bayonetta or Pikmin, which already have a niche fan base, or Fire Emblem or Xenoblade, which both franchises have, these franchises have niche fan bases compared to the other big IPs that they have. People already are barely buying them at 60. What do you think is going to happen when you sell them at 70 and you rarely do sales? Like, you're going to most likely limit gap these franchises, because franchises like Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Zelda, they're most likely not going to get affected in any major way because of the $70 price tag. But franchises like Fire Emblem, Xenoblade, Pikmin, Metroid, Bayonetta, these games are gonna get affected because they already struggle creating these fan bases and creating profitable and meaningful sales. And now you're already increasing the gap, the price gap on these games that already have a limited audience. And it's just gonna most likely kill the many momentum that potentially could be. A game like Metroid Prime 4, I can easily see for $70. Just because of the development cycle, because they have to restart that game from scratch. So if you're someone that is on the know, you can kind of maybe justify it because of that fact. You're like, okay, you know what? I get it, because you guys had to restart from scratch and all that. And we get it. You need to make your money back. But there's 2 little issues with that. Number one, that's not the problem of the consumer. That's the problem of the developer and the publisher. And number 2, people who are not in the know of this, they're not going to care. They're going to ask, why is this game 70? And if the game doesn't perform at 70, it's not going to happen. Games like for example, let's take the PS5 library for example. You have games like Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls. You have The Last of Us Part 1. Almost every single $70 game that Sony has released, only a few have actually felt that they deserve that $70 price tag. Games
Yeah.
like potentially you could say Spider-Man Miles Morales, because at least the $70 version of the game brought you Miles Morales and brought you the remastered version of the first Spider-Man game. So you're paying two games for the price of one. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You have games
I
like
agree with that.
God of War Ragnarok. You could say games like Gran Turismo 7. Games like maybe Horizon Forbidden West. These games that you could, to some extent or another, see and be able to justify that $70 price tag. But there's games that have not, like Demon Souls. Games like The Last of Us Part 1. I don't care what people say. The
It's not
game
worth it.
is the same. In the case of The Last of Us Part 1, and I don't want this to be a PlayStation podcast or any of that, but this the game was already accessible for the PS5 through the Last of Us remastered version for the PS4. So there was no realistic reason to have The Last of Us Part 1. The only reason that you can maybe say is because it's for Naughty Dog to get their hands dirty with the new console, to at least have a game on their repertoire for the new console, because Naughty Dog takes forever. You know? But I really don't know what to. That doesn't mean that it's always gonna work. So for Nintendo's, to bring it back to Nintendo real quick, that is my main issue, my main problem, my main like worry is the franchises that don't already have those pre-established fan bases, those franchises that are already struggling to create sales, to create fan bases that could be hurted more than usual. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong, because obviously we want every single of these IPs to grow. And for what we can tell, obviously the Super Mario movie is the first example of Nintendo actually trying to expand their IPs outside of what we traditionally, see as those aspects. Um, Sorry guys if I go out of where, but I'm looking at my tank, and I think one of the shrimps actually gave birth. So I'm looking at a little shrimpy.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah,
Maybe that's me
that's out of
then.
nowhere.
Random.
Oh wow, okay. Um, cool. So guys, if you want shrimp to give birth, you just gotta talk about the $70 price tag for Zelda. We already we already established that this is head canon now. Um, we made this canon.
Wow.
Uh, cool. But sorry that I talked so much. Do you have any thoughts on this topic?
Wow. Well, I think exactly like you. So I agree completely 100% like you. I don't think, as much as I love Zelda, as much as I love Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I, I can't really say, oh yeah, it's 70. When I saw it on the eShop that it was 70, it crushed me completely. It hurt it. I I don't like the idea of games being in 70. Though I could see, like, what, like you said, like maybe like the development time was, hell and shit, and there were so many issues. Maybe I could see like 70, okay, not much more than that. Like, I'm scared that this is going to become a trend, because I could see maybe like Mario games become 70, Zelda games 70, depending on the game, right? But like you said, if they release like a Xenoblade in 70, that's not gonna sell. That's not
Yeah.
gonna sell. I don't want to see the franchise disappear. You know, just because of 10 fucking more dollars. Because Nintendo just wake up greedy that day. But yeah, I'm worried because of it. And of course, the elephant in the room Pokemon. See how let's be real here. How bad their recent games has been. No, it's just no. They're barely worth 60. They're barely at most 40.
Hmm.
70 is just no. You know they're gonna do that. See how Pokemon Company is. You know they're gonna do that. No, no, just no.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be an issue. And then imagine $70 on like a sports game, right?
No,
Like
no.
like a
We're
Mario
sharing no.
Strikers or a Mario Tennis Aces or something like that, where they have demonstrated time and time again that they release these games without content, and then when they release them, it's like like little by little giving content, and it's like why? Like it's gonna be so bad. Like again, there's franchises that could get away with it and deserve it, like games like a 3D Mario, a Mario Kart,
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing even at this point.
Well,
And you can even make an
Smash Bros.
argument. You can even make an argument for Splatoon as well. You know, these franchises that have proven to sell a lot. The only issue with
Mhm.
Pokemon is that, yeah, Pokemon is one of those franchises, but the quality that the games that have been releasing lately don't reflect a $70 price tag.
Not even a 61. Let's be honest. Not even a 61.
And
40 at best in a good day.
yeah, and you know, they still feel like 3DS games, you know, and it's like
Exactly.
I don't know. It's something that they have to expand, but you know, any takeaways that maybe last thoughts. Um, for me,
Uh,
maybe obviously they didn't announce. Oh, they also announced a new amiibo. So
oh
that
yeah.
there's that.
Woo!
You know, new amiibo. It's gonna be rare. I may buy it if I'm honest.
Well, I'll need your help for that. I'll need your help for
You
that,
want me to get one for you?
please.
Okay, I'll
Mhm.
check it out when
Or
I
two.
get
Or two. Or
two.
two.
Oh my god. I'll go and check it out. See if I
Find
can.
one. Yeah,
Uh,
with one, I'm fine. You know.
I don't
With
know if
one, I'm
I don't
fine.
know if the amiibo is gonna be available for order on Amazon. Hopefully it
Oh,
is. If not, I'll just have to go to GameStop. The only two times I ever go to GameStop. But
oh no, go tide. No.
um, another thing that
Eh,
maybe we could mention is definitely no mention for big Mario release up to the upcoming maybe tie-in to the Mario movie that is releasing in a couple months. Um,
yeah. Although
so
one thing they could do is like, well, it's just me thinking that it's an idea that just popped up. Just that Wave 2, or
mhm,
Mario Kart DLC, right? They could
mhm,
like add characters from the movie or like skins of the character from the movie. Like you have like Peach version, movie version, Mario, Bowser, Luigi, stuff like that. Or they could add like the Koopas with the spikes.
mhm.
You know, that could be an option, like a representation. Because it's a game, I don't know. It would be nice, but I don't see it.
You don't want to see it?
No, 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 I don't see it. I would love to see it, of
Oh,
course. Who doesn't? But like, I don't see it.
um,
You know. Well, that's just me.
maybe. Uh, I feel they're going to release something before the movie. Um, be whatever. Oh, and there's also a collector's edition for Zelda.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah,
have like I think it's gonna have a steel book. It's gonna have the art book. It's gonna have, if I'm not mistaken,
a
some
pin set.
pins. Yeah.
Yes,
So
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
so yeah,
We love we love our lore.
we do. So anyway, that will be all for today. Thanks you guys for watching and listen. This is our longest podcast ever in an hour and 34 minutes. So we had a lot to talk
Holy
about,
hell!
a lot to explore. So hopefully you guys have some fun and listening to us. If you like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. If you like handheld gaming content like Steam Deck, Nintendo Switch, whatever, Razor's Edge, Logitech handheld, whatever, just subscribe. This is the channel for you, and we're gonna be obviously keep updating. Every week there's a new podcast. So anyway, any other thoughts you want to say before we leave?
Oh no, not really.
Not really. Well then.
No.
All right. All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Adios.